Hello, everyone. So I'm Prateek, and I'm welcoming you all to another beautiful session with Mr. Ramesh Arreja, author of the book, The Karmyogi. And the topic for the session is battling your inner demons. So, first of all, I'll pass it on to you, sir, to start by introducing yourself at this beautiful Pragati Vichal Literature Festival. And please start by introducing yourself.
Hello, everyone. Very happy New Year to all of you. I hope this new year brings a lot of joy and prosperity to you and your family. Well, to talk about me, I would not like to talk about much about myself, but yeah, since I have to give the introduction, I would like to say that I am a banker by profession, but writing is I believe that it is in my it is in my skin, you can say it is in my blood. So yes, I am writer and I have written five books, including three anthologies. Sorry, two anthologies and three main books. I mean the solo books. One of them with which I started my journey is the Number Crunchers, which is an accountancy guide, right? Because since I'm a banker, so I just wanted to help the bankers who are from non-commerce background and wanted to learn accountancy. So into that, and then on weekends I have developed an app through which I can I teach bankers about the the commerce things which they are not aware, because since there are a lot of exams in banking, so in internal exams, I mean, where if they clear that exam, they get an promotion or they get an increment and all that. So I teach for free. It's my passion, like speaking and teaching and obviously writing. So yes, I do that. Then afterwards, the most important part is writing, obviously. And I just like to write, the realistic thing. If I'm just not a very good fan, very big fan of science fiction and all that, I just base my, or you can say I just narrow down my writing to the realistic things, as you might be seeing today in the OTT platforms or the movies as well. They are more of a realistic movies rather than just which is non unbelievable and not believable, right?
Yes.
So that is what Karmyogi is, also such book. Before Karmyogi, I would like to tell the listeners about my the first fiction, that is Extraordinary Fate of an Ordinary Man, which is also a realistic story. I mean, it has been liked by a lot of people. The Pravesh Sharma, the translator of Train to Pakistan, he has given a very good review for that book. And hopefully, I have taken this book. I am also a Screenwriter Association member. I write for, I'm writing a script, a web series script as of now, which is, which will be getting completed in, in some time now. So some 3-4 months. It's on the final stages. And so from that I get this all these things, to how to create a story and what elements should be there in the story and what look for the I mean what the readers or what viewers look in a story for, right? A book should be, I believe when I write, I should be able to write a book which should be a page turner, right? If you are just reading it, and there should be a curiosity in you to read the entire book in one sitting. If I'm able to do that, then I am successful as a writer. Otherwise, if people keep my book aside and say we'll have it some later on, then I think I failed somewhere. You might have seen. I mean, most of us have seen Money Heist, right? The Money Heist, the curiosity or the what you can say cliffhangers given there. It's really tremendous. So I would like to, I always like to have that in my book. Same with the Karm Yogi and same with this Extraordinary Fate of an Ordinary Man. Yeah.
So doing so many good things at a single amount of time is really inspirational, and I'm sure the audience who are listening to this might be very inspired, at least in this new year, who have not made any resolutions, might be knowing that the only resolution we can make is to do yeah, good for the society.
Right.
So so kudos to you on whatever things you are doing. It is really
Thanks. Thanks.
aspirational for people out there. So as you
Thank
said, as you mentioned that writing is into your skins now. So basically, you're saying
Yeah.
that you are a writer by heart. So how do you
Right.
switch those modes from being professionally a banker to to being a writer at heart? How do you switch those buttons from a banker to a writer? Please go through that.
Yeah. See, if you want to be a good writer, you have to be a good observer, right? You have to observe a lot of things around you.
Exactly.
That's from where you can create a story, or you can create a character also. Like I live in Mumbai, so I travel by local. I meet a lot of people there, those who are different characters from different part of the country, and they have different, their fears are different, their desires are different. So that's what I, from where I get those characters and all those things. Some of the characters in my book are taken from my friends, the friends life and all that. So the thing is, the question was, how do I switch? So the thing is, see, if I'm able to write today, it is because of banking only. Banking has given me that safety net, because earlier, people were, if I would have told some 12, 13 years back to my family that I want to be a writer, so they might have thought that, ये भी कोई झोला छाप writer होगा और झोला पहन के जाएगा, कुर्ता पजामा, all that, because
Exactly.
that's a mentality,
That is
right?
a typical image of a writer.
Right. So nowadays things has changed because of this OTT and all that. These things have come up. So even the new writers are getting the the credit that if you are having a talent, definitely it will be recognized. Right. So those things are there. And so if banking is not there, I would not have been a writer also. So
Yes.
banking plays a very important role. So I make sure whenever I am at office, I am at I am at work, I concentrate entirely on that. Once I am out, as you told, how do I switch? You can say there's a button in my mind. Once I go out, I just, just click that button and I come back to writing. And when I'm in train, when I'm traveling, because I have to travel a lot to Mumbai, right? So when I'm traveling, either I'm watching Netflix, I'm in some web series or something, or I'm reading books. Or if I'm not reading or, listening, watching this web series and all, I'm writing. I have a diary in my hand, and I just observe the things and I write. So that is the three things I'm basically doing. See, one thing I like to tell that everybody is having 24 hours, right? It is up to you how you manage those 24 hours.
Time management.
And
Yes.
yes, time management is the basic thing. So that's what I have learned over the years, and not now. I mean, when I was in college, also, I used to, apart from the college, I used to teach also. So nobody was doing that. Everybody was busy in college and enjoying college life, girlfriends and all that, right? You might be knowing. So
Yes.
I was not into that. I was not into that. I thought that it is wasting my time, and this is very crucial time which I can utilize, which will be, helpful for me in the future. And now that has become my habit, not to waste the time or not to procrastinate the things. So that is now being, shown here. Other people who are along with me, those who are going to, working with me, they get tired by traveling and all that. I enjoy the traveling time because I'm, totally into it, totally into my things.
Yes.
And I believe that traveling time should increase by 1 hour more so that I can do more.
Okay. So, yeah, so tripping into that maturity at that millennial age from college is a really, you know, an ask from the youth right now, because everybody is into enjoying their own college life and making their stories. Moreover, sir, I feel that as you mentioned that you travel through local trains and you're an observer, basically it becomes very important for a writer to not just breathe but to keep yourself into every frame as a screen, to observe things. Like as you said, you travel through the locals while you are just sitting in a cafe or you're just walking through the road. You actually are into that mode of a writer where you start channelizing things, channelizing the stories out there, and in your surroundings. So how important does it become for a writer to actually be onto the screens every time?
See, the thing is, the moment I started writing, I started getting into these things. I have been taking classes for this mentoring classes for the screenwriting and all those things. So the
Yes.
moment I started that, after that, every movie I watch or every web series I watch, I don't watch it from viewer point of view, right? I
Yes.
watch it from writer point of view. How writer has thought this, the story and all that, the events, the what you can say, the twist and all that, right? So whenever, like you said, whenever I see any incident or any person talking, I just switch into that mode, and tend to analyze the things from that perspective, right? Even if we friends are talking, like if my one of my friend is having some problem with personal problem or professional problem, so I just dig so deep into it and just try to find out. Like I'll tell you one example. Yesterday my wife was just quoting something from our honeymoon, your courtship period, you can
Yes.
say. So
Yes.
I thought that, yeah, this scene I can put in my web series also. So she was, she was like that, yeah. You're not, I mean, when she's talking something romantic, I'm just into that mode that I want to take that scene and put it into that. So that
Yes.
happens when you are so critical and when you are so, going deep into it. that happens. Whenever there is, such thing which you feel that it might be a good thing to show in a book or in a movie or in a web series, then you definitely take it up.
And that
And that's
critical
how it is.
analyzation comes from somewhere around, and it
Yes.
becomes quite frustrating for the people around also sometimes to see, the writer kind of person always being involved, not in the problem, but actually finding some inspiration out of it to write into his another book or another
Right.
screenplay. So
Right. Right.
that becomes frustrating for the people around us. Yeah.
Yes.
So okay. So moving ahead, I'll just start with your book. What are the inner demons and how do you overcome them? How do you specify this? Your
Yeah.
inner
Before
demons.
I answer your question, I would like to say your the previous point which you was making, that it is annoying for the people around you.
Yes,
See, when I hear the stories of my friends or their pain or their hardship, they
yes,
never, now after I started writing and all, they never tell me their secrets because they know that I'll put it in the book or
yes,
in some. So that is why they just try to keep avoiding it. That's a funny part of it. Yeah, with regard to your inner demons, see, the thing is, we all have the gray areas. I mean, I am maybe good, but I'm bad also at some time, and everybody is like that. Nobody is 100% perfect. So
exactly.
first the thing is, you need to understand what is the thing which is lacking in you, which you are lagging behind, right? How will you come to know that? The first important thing is, you should know yourself. Like, we are so interested and so engrossed in knowing others, like making relationship, making new friends. We have forgotten to know ourselves. The first, because if you are loving someone else, first you should learn to love yourself. If you don't love yourself, you cannot love others, right? That is where self-love comes from. But the thing is, it's not an arrogance, it's not a what you can say, overconfident. It's just like, your plus point, your minus point, and you start working on your negative points, right? And the thing is, see, I take this subtitle, that is, in battle with inner demons, in the book. The thing is, see, the Karna from Mahabharata. I have some reference from Mahabharata. It's a mythological fiction. So,
Yes,
see, he was a son of Surya, the sun god. I mean, the sun, right? The god. So he had so many, good qualities in him. He was a fighter. He was a survivor. Everything was there in him. But the thing is, he chose the wrong path. In spite of having all the qualities, all the good things, he chose the wrong path, and we all know what happened to him at the last, right? Even Lord Shri Krishna went to him and explained all the things and tried to mend his way, but he didn't do that. It happens in the real life also, right?
yes,
Life might have been very difficult with us. We might have seen a lot of hardships, a lot of pain. Our father might have gone at very young age, or mother is not there. Any everybody is having a lot of problem with them. So that doesn't allow me to go on the wrong path. Like, suppose if someone has ditched me, example, some friend has ditched me,
yes,
so I will say that now I'll not talk to anyone, or I'll ditch another one just to take the revenge. So that is a wrong thing to do, right? So if you are aware about yourself, about your inner self, what is your the qualities you have. What happens is, normally when we are shaken by the fact, or the hardship we face, we just, because we take the shortcut, and shortcut is to go on the wrong path, right? If you
right,
take the right path, it is difficult to follow, but in the end, that will be the right path to do, right thing to do, right? So we normally don't do that, because when we are hurt, or when we are when we have pain inside, we want someone to just be there for us, so that we can just rely on them. And if someone in that period, if someone is showing us the wrong path, we will not be in that mental condition to understand that thing, because we are going through an emotional trauma. Like, in this book, if we talk about this book, the protagonist is facing an internal trauma. He's after his identity. He has lost his mother, and he has always been known by his brother's name. Whatever good things he will do, his name will not come, because he is not able to find his identity. That is what the book is all about. He is fighting his inner demons.
yes,
He's also facing betrayals. He's also facing, I mean, a lot of things, which don't want to reveal it. I would want readers to read the book.
yes,
So that is
exactly.
it all about, right? The
Okay,
inner demons, and we have to fight at them. See, हम बोलते हैं ना, हिंदी हिंदी मूवीज में कि there is villain. Actually, villain is
uh,
inside us.
Exactly.
And there is one saying, right, okay, अगर हमने अपने अंदर के रावण को मार दिया ना, तो हम ही राम हैं, right?
जी जी
So
बिल्कुल.
we have to first identify that ravan in us.
Okay. तो मतलब अगर मैं इसको एक बार में sum up करूँ, whatever point you said, so is it all about have some faith in your struggles and keep hustling on the right path until you make your destination or destiny.
Yes,
You have to keep
yes,
faith in your struggles. You don't have to choose
yes,
the wrong path. That is a very
yes,
leverage thing because जब टाइम अच्छा नहीं भी चल रहा होता है, जब स्ट्रगल बहुत बुरा हो रहा होता है इंसान का, तो गलत रास्तों पे जाना काफी आसान बन जाता है rather than just have faith in those hardships to make you something great out of all those. Okay. So that was a very beautiful answer, and also I will like to ask here that you mentioned in your point about self love. So I'll be a bit distracted from the topic, but though it is a very important topic in this modernization right now. So how do you explain this to the millennials out here that how important it becomes to have some self love upon yourself when we have not been brought up like that, you know. Self
yeah,
love was never taught by our elders. It was never taught. It was always taught about to love others. So how do you
yeah,
cope up with that imbalance that is being created in this modernization when self love has become so important?
yeah. See, the thing is, we as you rightly mentioned, that we are conditioned in such a way that we are, when we see a pet, we love it, right? And we
Yeah,
tend to love it, right? The care
yeah,
and all that things we show. The thing is, if we if you suppose, if you're failing at some point or something, right, I'll tend to criticize you, right? And when criticism comes, you tend to doubt yourself, that I'm not good enough.
exactly.
Suppose if you lose in a game, in a cricket game or in a football game, in a volleyball game, you tend to criticize you. Yeah, I'm not good enough, I have become old and my flexibility is not there, that's why I'm not able to pull the shots or whatever it may be, right? So
Yes,
that's where the doubts and all these problems comes in, and that's where you criticize yourself. It is important to, there is a thin line of difference between self love and arrogance, right? Self
exactly.
love is one thing which which helps you understand yourself. Arrogance is like, I there is no one bigger than me, I'm best at it. You might be best, but the self love is, I may not be best, but I will try my 100%. The thing is, in India or in modern terms, what people do now, people just go after the result. If result is not okay, they will say, "Are you are failure." It's not like that. You have to believe in the process. Why they say that failure is a stepping stone to success? This is because they I heard one of the interview of MS Dhoni. What he was saying is, he is a very such a brilliant personality. What he said, that
Huge
winning and
fan.
losing, I don't care about winning and losing. I
Brilliant
believe in the
process.
process, right? So if you believe in the process, it will definitely improve you.
Yeah.
Although you may not be a winner. See, whenever I go for any kind of what you can say competition or challenge, or be it a life, there is one line, one quote which I always believe in, and that is, I either win or I learn.
Yes.
या तो मैं जीतता हूं, या तो मैं
Yes.
सीखता हूं, right? If that is the attitude you are carrying, that is what is called self love, man. Because you are believing in your inner self. See, we all have intuition, this sixth sense we all are having. Some might be having less, some might be having more, right? But the thing is, we are not utilizing it. When there are a lot of situation where your intuition says, yes, you can do it, man, but your brain says, no, yeah, it is just stupidity to do this. So you always listen to your brain, you don't listen to your heart, right? If you go with your heart, definitely you will be succeeding. See, 99% of people don't listen to their heart. That is
That's
why they
very
are failure.
risky. They find it very
Yes,
risky. Exactly.
exactly.
So finding your own ways to happiness is self-love, like you're saying it here. Okay. So that will be actually a lesson for the people you're listening out there. If they really have some doubt on what is self-love and how to find it, it doesn't comes with any rocket science. You have to find it for your own self. Okay.
Yes.
So
See,
so
the people might should not mistake it with arrogance, as I told you.
exactly.
Arrogance is overconfidence. You can say, like, I'm the best, no one can beat me. It's not like that. You can
Exactly.
say, I may not be the best, but I will
I will make
try
it.
I will give my 100%. Yes, that's the process.
Okay. Okay. So moving ahead with the session, What is the protagonist inner demon and how does it relate to the readers? Please give some
See,
reflection on
the
this.
it's very relatable book. You can see from the reviews. The
Exactly.
protagonist is a student like many of us, right? The student, and he want to be a lawyer. He want to be a good lawyer and want to give it back to the society, whatever virtues or things he has learned from his parents. So he is finding it difficult to clear the exams, most of the exams. He sits for a lot of entrance exams. He's not getting his college choice of college, like most of us say that I want to go IIM, IIT and all that. So he's not getting that. Then on top of that, he has to do something which he does not believe in. Like suppose if I want to do law and someone asks me to do arts, so I'll not be happy doing it, even though I'm doing it because I don't have any other option to do it. So
Yes.
these things happen with most of us, right? We are forced either by parents, either by relatives, either by friends, peer pressure. All these things are
Yes.
there. So that is what protagonist is doing. And the good thing about him is, even facing a lot of hardship right from his childhood till the time he gets married, you know, he is not giving up. He is believing in himself. He is fighting with these inner demons. You might have seen the cover of the book. He's riding on a horse.
Yes.
Horse is
Taking up.
very wild horse, right? Right. So it is metaphorical, metaphorically like told that it's horse is a wild, and it is like life. Life
Yes.
will give you a lot of problems, lot of hardships.
Hardships.
You have to control your life. So that is what protagonist is doing, controlling his life. Then he
Controlling.
goes for the IS entrance examination. He fails there. Then uh, then his own friends betrays him. Then his love betrays him. A lot of things are happening in his life, but at the end he comes out victorious, just because of one thing, because he believed in himself. He believed that I can do it, I can face any situation. It's not like a motivational book. You will find a lot of reference from Mahabharata as well, right? Which if you read it and relate it, and you will say yes. See, I have one podcast show also, which name is Modern Mahabharata Tales. It's like
Okay.
like we all have inside us, right? If I am listening to my voice, inner voice, that is Krishna's voice, like the voice from the heart, right? I
Okay.
also have Shakuni in my mind, which tells me to do notorious things, right? Go on the
They
wrong path
will.
and all that.
Yeah.
Yes.
They
So
will.
everybody is in. I also have Yudhishthir in me, which is very righteous, right? I also have Bhim in me, which is very powerful and want to kick someone, want to punch someone, right? So all the characters are inside us. It is up to us which voice we are listening, right? So this book is all about that. He also had an option to join the what you can say, the corporate law firms, lawsuit law. Those were
Yes.
paying very well, right? But he didn't
Yes.
do that. He went to something else in the process, and he's on the process to change the world now, change the system, rather I should say. See, Karmyogi is in two parts. One part is released, other part is being written, which will be released in Holi, at the time of Holi. So
Okay.
I've just kept it in between, but I'll not reveal what will come in the next book. But he want to change the system. He want to change the education system of the country. He has spoken about it at the end of the book, how education system is failing on many fronts, and what are the solutions. Solution also is given, right? So
Yes.
he will now work for it, like how these things have changed over corona and all that. So all these things are put together in that book, and I think people are liking it, and it has
I'm
become
sure.
gone on to become.
I'm sure the taste you are giving people for the second edition is going to be tasted very soon as you release your book. So I'm sure for a huge and very successive response for the second edition as well of Yekam Yogi. And basically, like as you mentioned, the metaphorical connection between a horse and the life is quite insightful. When you say the horse is wild and you have to control that, and at the similar time we are you know we have the remotes our own life to control our life, in which direction it is moving and how is it moving. It is quite insightful uh, to listen it from you. So
Thank you.
how to find the passion, even if someone finds it the passion in themselves, how to go behind it, how to pursue it. uh,
See, nowadays it is very easy, as in you are getting parent support. Like if someone say I want to be a boxer, yes, go and become. If someone say I want to play kabaddi, obviously there are kabaddi leagues, you will be paid more. right? If you want to play football, cricket, for example, IPL is there. Even if you don't play for India, if you play IPL, you will be rich enough. You'll be able to take care of
Yes.
your family.
Yes.
You will be successful. That's what. The thing is, see, finding passion is something, which nobody else can tell you. You have to do it on your own. You have to see the things. What is that one thing which you are willing to do if someone wakes you at night 3 o'clock? You are in deep sleep and he wakes you up and tell, yeah, yes, chalo story likhte hain. And if you are excited and you feel you just forget your sleep and just start writing, that is your passion. If someone tells me, just yeah, chalo cricket khelte hain, so even if I'm tired, whatever it may be happening around me, I might have just a breakup with my girlfriend, I'll go and play, I'll enjoy that moment. So that is passion. You are always ready for that. That
Yes.
what is that thing in you have to find. I mean, the person has to find it. What is the thing which I like the most? Even if it is not, as at present it may not be seeing to you like you might be having earning something from it, but don't think from that point of view. There are very fortunate people, very less people who are fortunate enough, whose profession and passion are same,
Yes.
and they are successful, right? You can take n number of example. Like, for example, we'll start with Sachin Tendulkar. His profession and passion, and you can see the heights he has reached, right?
Right.
If you talk about, say, for example, the movie industry, then you can talk about Amitabh Bachchan, isn't it? So where he has reached, it's not like that. The passion can come at any time to you. You can discover the passion. Like, I'll tell you my example. When I was in banking, I mean, I'm in banking from 2009. So in 2017 only, I always had this storytelling, kind of thing in me, but I never realized that, I have this writing in me. So in 2017, I was posted to a very quiet place, very beautiful place, Goa. So there I spent three and a half years, and I was very relaxed there because of the environment and all that. And I utilized the time which I was having, and I started writing it. Now, once I started it, and there was no looking back. I just kept on writing, and things have turned up, and people have actually liked. As I told you, my first novel, The Extraordinary Fate, it is rated as 4.8 on Goodreads, 4.8 on Amazon. So people have liked it, and I was never, when I got the reviews for that book, I was very happy that this thing is in me. It's you who has to identify that, and there is no age. Like, if you can identify your passion even at 40 also. You
Yes.
have to discover it. You have to have that thing. When that thing will come, when you are not rushing for anything, when you are at peace, when you have peace of mind with you, how that will happen? Obviously, you have to do some yoga for that.
Some meditation is hardly required
Yoga and meditation, yeah, yes.
as
You have
much.
to be healthy. In fact, because as they say, the healthy mind, healthy body creates a healthy mind, isn't it?
Exactly.
But nowadays, what is happening is people are eating and having such a unhealthy habits that they are not having those thoughts in them, you know, which will just give them the clarity. People are just following the peer pressure. If अरे वो डॉक्टर बन रहा है, मैं भी डॉक्टर बनूंगा. Like, अरे उसके पेरेंट्स ने तो उसको कराटे क्लास में डाला, मैं भी कराटे जाऊं. Like that, just seeing each other.
Eating healthy, what you're saying, I hope I take it directly upon myself somehow. Being in a metropolitan city, it really becomes tough sometimes, but we have to take care of
Yes,
ourselves.
understand.
Yeah. So,
Understand, yes.
What are your suggestions for the people who go behind their passion and still fail in the process throughout? Any suggestions for them?
See, the first thing is you have to take out of your mind that you fail. You never fail, actually. Fail is a word, is a terminology which we are using. Actually, you always learn, as I told you. Either I
Yes.
win or I learn, right? So if you keep that in mind, you will never look after the results, right? Passion, you have to follow. See, there will be a lot of people who will be telling you, "Arey, pagal hai kya? Tu writer banega, tu web series likhega, ya tu book likhega." There will be a lot of people telling
Yes.
you, no naysayers, right? It will not be able to do that. You have to take it on your ego. This time you have to take it on your ego. That yes, I will show them how I'll do it. That is what that when that thing will come, when you have belief in yourself, self belief is there, and self
Yes.
belief is there. Definitely, you will be able to do wonders, right? And please, don't listen to others. See what we do now. We always listen to others, because yeah, just tell me one thing: whether others know me better or I know myself better.
Exactly.
Obviously, I know myself better. I have all the understanding of me. Even I mean, if it is there, if you know yourself, right? If I know myself, I don't care what people are saying. They might be saying it today, but when I become something, or when I become, the person I want to become, then they will say, this guy has done a tremendous job, right? Everybody will appreciate you. So take those, criticism, or take those negative things as your, what you can say, as your weapons, and use it right, just to shoot it in the way of your direction. You will not be able to, see yourself as a failure, even if you fail. So that thing, that word, we have to eliminate. You should put, you might have seen that nowadays schools also, they are not putting fail and something like that in the report card.
Yeah,
They
it
are
has
just
started
using
changing.
grading. Yes. So that is the culture we have to build, right? Because failure is itself is a negative word. If you fail 2 3 times, and people are just committing suicide or doing something drastic which you should not have done, right? So these things should not be there. You should concentrate on one thing, that this is the process. If I'm not, just the results are not what I wanted, it will happen tomorrow. I have to keep on trying. I'm learning, right? I'm learning different ways how people can fail, so that I can discover one way in which it will be successful. So what do you think, Albert Einstein, all these guys, you might be knowing all these, right? The KFC guy, he became
Yes.
successful at the age of what? 70,
Yeah,
above 70, right?
yes, about 70.
So that
So,
is how life it is, right? If they are just believing that I'm failure at 70, I'm not doing anything, I've not done anything. So you and I might not be eating that KFC chicken, right?
exactly. I'm
That is the
sure
reason.
I'm sure the audience might be taking all the insightful and knowledgeable things coming straight out of the author's mind. And uh, it actually, I'd like to conclude this session on very good terms. So, so it was actually very beautiful to listen it from you. And please have some last words for your audience. Like, start by attending. Yeah, please go on.
Yeah. Yeah, likewise, I also enjoyed it. I enjoyed the session. Yeah, the last words would be, again, the same thing, the quote which I keep on saying: either I learn or I win. I don't lose, right? या तो मैं जीतता हूँ या मैं सीखता हूँ. If you follow these lines, and if you change your mindset, and if you don't follow, don't focus on the result. You focus on the process, right? Okay, what is the process? If I am able to do the process, result will take care of itself.
Exactly.
And the third thing, never listen to anyone. Like, always never listen, as in ये नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि parents की मत सुनो. Nothing like that. Never listen to naysayers, right? Those who says always say no. No, you
Yes.
cannot do it. Obviously, you have to analyze the thing. You have to see what is best for you. Then when you are going through that, even if you are the result is not that, you always believe in yourself. Don't believe in others and give up your passion. 90% of the people die when they are actually living, right? They are
Yes.
living dead. How they are dead? Because their passion dies inside them.
That has become
I
very
have
true.
I have a desire in my heart. I want to do something, but because some Tom, Dick, and Harry said that you can't do it, so I have just killed that passion inside me. So
Exactly.
that is itself equal to death, isn't it?
And yes, I-
That's what I want to say. Don't be a living dead. When you will be dying, obviously you will be
yes.
buried, or you would be whatever they will be doing it to you.
Buried for
But
once,
don't
not
get
always.
yes, but don't get buried now when you are alive.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. It was a very beautiful session with you. And we'll surely like to see some other books coming very soon. And some other literature festival will surely be welcoming you to have some interaction with your audience. I'm sure everybody will be glad who are actually listening to this session right now. So thank you so much for joining us at Pragati Vichar Literature Festival. Thank you, Ramesh sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.